All right. Hello, hello, hello. This is the Muzilog Magazine Podcast. I'm Samuel Archie, your host, and today we have a very, very special guest in the building. She goes by the name Monique Danielle, and she's across the pond. And today we want to welcome her to the show. How are you doing today, Monique? How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you very much. I'm good. The sun is out in England, which is rare, so I'm happy
Okay.
about
And
it.
what is interesting is that
Yeah.
you already enjoyed the day, and now I'm enjoying mine because we're
Yeah.
kind of like that, and we want to thank God for technology. Where
We're time
yeah,
traveling
there
right
you
now.
go, there you go. It's like if I do something
Yep.
special, I will be in the future. And
Exactly.
no, who's in? No, you're in the future, and then I'm now.
I'm in the
Yeah.
future. Past the past.
you, wow, that's amazing. It doesn't it sort of mess your mind up a little bit when you think about it?
A little bit. I just came back from America though, so it's like my brain is
Oh,
still
you were
getting back into
here.
England
Oh,
timing.
okay.
Yeah, I
All
was,
right.
yeah.
Well, what do you think of how you like the
Yeah.
U.S.?
I loved it. I went to New York for a week. It was beautiful. There was a heat wave. I was
You
not
know, I
prepared.
heard
I was very ill
I
prepared for
heard
the
about
heat
that. We
wave.
did we did hear that in the news that a heat wave was going to be hitting you guys. Okay.
Yeah, it was hot, but it was beautiful. And then I went to Texas
Well,
for a week and
look
a
at
half. I
you.
went to Houston and then I went to
Look
Austin.
at
Yeah,
you. From New York. It's
very
like you went
fun.
from north all the way to south. Like
Yeah,
goodness.
I went to DreamCon. I went to go meet loads of creatives, so
Okay,
it was really
okay.
fun.
Well, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. So, you're part of the UK to USA series. We've UK to USA series that we started. Shout out
yeah,
to Delana Higgins, and
yeah.
she'll be like, all right, so she'll get a little excited. So, so what is the thing that actually made you say, you know what, I'm going to pursue this?
That's a really good
Yeah.
question. I think for me, it wasn't really a
Oh,
choice.
wow.
It wasn't really a choice. So I have sang. I don't remember when I ever started singing. I've always sang. And I never thought of it as something I couldn't do. I was performing from when I was really young. And my mom she always loved entertainment. She was around a lot of entertainers. She used to organize performances. She worked in schools, but she organized performances for
Hmm.
schools, especially for Black History Month.
Oh,
So I was really used to being around people who performed in stages. So that to me wasn't really a big
okay.
change. And my mom took every opportunity to be like, yeah, let's put her on stage as well, which is really great. I've still got stage fright to this day,
Oh,
but when your mom's behind you, like, yeah, you're going to do that, you do
okay,
that.
okay.
So, yeah, I've always loved to
Hmm,
sing.
hmm.
And for me, it's more of a decision. It would be more of a decision to not sing than to sing
Oh, I see
for
what you
me.
mean. I see what you mean. Now, you said something
Yeah.
interesting. You said Black History Month. Do you guys celebrate Black
Yeah.
History Month the same way we do as in February, or is it a different?
No, we do it in October.
Okay.
So we have a full 31 days.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? I feel like we need a good full month of Black History Month. So yeah,
okay.
different
Hmm,
timing,
hmm.
same sort of things. We put on loads of events and concerts and teach a lot about Black
Mm,
history in schools. But I will take any opportunity to do it twice a year.
mm.
So I'll just
Okay.
celebrate in February and October,
Well, I'm
you know?
actually learning. Excuse me, because I'll have to edit that. I'm actually learning that. I mean, as you said that, it didn't really dawn on me that So I might have to look and see how many Black History Months there are on the planet. Although the present administration
Yeah, that'd be
here is
interesting.
looking, they're kind of messing with the folks here in the
Yeah.
U.S. So we got to pray them out of there quickly. So things will be back to normal.
Yep. You just keep celebrating whether they
That's
like it
right.
or not.
That's
That's
right.
what you
Got to
gotta do.
bring the
Yeah.
message through. So what area of the UK you hail from?
I'm from
Mm.
Birmingham, so central West
Hmm.
Midlands. A lot of people, we have a few artists from here actually. Like if you know Mahalia,
I know
she
Mahalia. I
comes
know
from
Mahalia.
here. Yeah, so we've got a few artists that have broke through, but it's like the second city underneath London. So a lot of the artists from here tend to move over to London and develop their careers over there.
Okay, and like, is London like a hop, skip, and a jump, or is it like a little? I'm just trying to get the.
It's not too far. It's like a 2 hour, like compared to the
Mhm.
US where you're driving like 8 hours to get to the next
Okay,
town over.
okay,
It's like a 2 hour drive. It's not too
okay.
far.
I was again, forgive
Yeah,
me. I was thinking maybe it's like New
it's
York
okay.
City, so maybe you went from Brooklyn, and then he's like, we're gonna live in Manhattan now, and you just jump on a train, and it's like
Oh,
it's
I
like 20
mean,
minutes.
it's kind of a similar
Hmm.
vibe, but yeah, a little bit longer. But it is like,
Hmm.
when you're doing well, you're like, I want to move to the city because there's so much infrastructure for musicians over there. Let's go
Mm,
there,
okay,
sort of a thing.
okay.
Yeah.
But yes, I am familiar with who you mentioned, Mahalia. Actually, I did check out some of her vibe, but this was like a few years ago. So
Yeah.
you just reminded me I need to see what she's up to of late. You know.
Yeah, we've got some good talent
Okay,
over here.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So now, are you someone who writes songs? Like you got into songwriting at some point? Is she
Yeah, so I write my own
okay?
songs. I write the top lines of my own songs. So I can't produce, can play keyboard very, very
Hmm.
lightly, but I write my songs. I do my vocal arrangements
Hmm.
myself. I love songwriting. I used to write poetry, and my parents used to write poetry. So we had it around the house quite a bit.
Mm.
And I loved to sing. And I just thought, if I can turn my poems into songs, then that kind of, that will do what I need it to
Okay,
do. And that's how I started.
okay.
And now I write all of my songs and I teach songwriting. So yeah,
Oh,
it's very
okay,
fun.
okay. But that's good to know.
Yeah.
I didn't know you taught songwriting.
Yeah.
Now, do you work
Yeah.
like from scratch, or do you work from like someone gives you like a track to work with, and then you write from that? What's your method like?
This is a good question. I do both. For me, I know as soon as I hear an instrumental, I know whether I can make a song out of it or not.
Mm.
It's like I'll skip through them and I'll be like, there it is. I've already got lyrics in my head. And I tend to improv
Hmm.
over the track. And then, because that's going to be the most natural, authentic melodies that I'm going to come up with because they're just coming straight from
Hmm.
me.
Hmm.
And then I'll go back and I'll tweak it and I'll pick my favorite melodies and then I'll choose whether they're going to be in the verse or the chorus and then I'll write around it. But from time to time, I'll have an idea in my head and I'll be like, oh, I really want to talk about this thing. So I'll write some lyrics and then I'll try and find a producer that can match the vibe
Mm.
of the story.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, one of the reasons why that question arrived is that I was looking at some of the titles of your singles. I thought they were
Yeah.
very either they're very imaginative or they're very revealing. What you know?
Are there are there titles in particular that feel revealing?
Well, I saw
Maybe.
this one called "Driving to Your Place." I thought, oh,
Oh,
driving to your place.
yeah. Well, okay. I think to songwrite, you have to have a really great imagination
Oh yeah,
in general.
definitely.
Yeah, because you're
Hmm.
storytelling.
Hmm.
So you have to be able to create a story. So Driving to Your Place is like a project. It's got 5 songs on it.
Hmm.
And it was like, I started writing some of the songs as far back as 2020,
Mm.
but each one of them had something kind of romantic about
Hmm.
them, but like in different development stages. of dating. And then I was like, oh, when would I listen to this collection of songs? Like what would be the time for me to listen to all of these? Because the stages are so different. And I was like, if I was driving to somebody's house for a date night and I was trying to feel like super romantic, get myself all excited, this is what I would be playing in the car or in my headphones. So that's why I named it that.
I like that. I like that. Now, I do see, along with the pictures, that you sort of go into the vibe on the physio side. The physio side, the poses are very artistic, I should say. I see the art coming through. Now, is this just like you sort of want to emphasize the feel of the record when folks see the album artwork?
The artwork. That's such a good question as well. I'm a model.
Okay.
So I model alongside my music. So I'm very comfortable in front of a camera. But my modeling work is like somebody else's vision. Always. Like I'm there to create a vision for someone else, which is super duper fun. But I take advantage of my music to be able to create a vibe. Every time I create artwork for anything or do a visual music video, I want it to create a vibe that matches the song or how I felt when I wrote the song. So sometimes I want it to be like warm and like a little seductive, or sometimes I want it to just feel like super earthy, So I get to just have all the fun in the world doing those shoots. I love them.
I see.
Yeah.
Now, I think this would be sort of part of your aesthetic even though you're writing a song, you still have to be like a salesperson to sort of provide that balance. And funny enough, what we're talking about might even be going over people's head. They're like, what are they talking about? Like,
really?
What fits the project and what, but it is a creative thing. Now, I do like the look. There's a look you have on the EP Thoughts of You. Or so just a Thoughts on You, sorry. I sort of like, that whole, it's like I want to say the word beloved on that because of the pose again. It has more like a beloved type of a message. But for that record, now, was this your first project?
That was my first EP. So that was my first collection of songs together that I made to be played together. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the response like for that record?
Actually, like really great in a way that I never expected it to be. I got lots of opportunities out of it. I got to fly to Cologne and sing in Germany, which was really fun.
Okay.
I got to do a lot of festivals off of the back of it as well. And at the time of release, I was in university and I was studying music performance. So I was so deeply into the performance space that it just kind of all worked out perfectly. Like the timing was really, really nice. And for a first project, that's like quite great, like quite a great outcome. Yeah, I loved it.
Okay. Now, what song will you want us, the listeners and the viewers, what's the song right now that you want them to sort of like tune in and like focus? Which record would that be?
Wow. I just released a single. I released a single about a month ago now, and it's called Up All Night. And that's the one I want in everybody's heads. I want them to be playing it over and over again. It's a little cheeky. It's a little fun. I really love that song. So that's the one.
So what's the story behind that one?
It's probably like the cheekiest song I've written. It is about, so I'm a queer woman.
Okay.
I date men and women. And this song is about me having a romantic connection with a woman who obviously likes me back, but is kind of fighting her sexuality in some way. And she keeps going back to a man who doesn't treat her very well. And I have to sit and watch that happen even though I know that she wants me.
I
That
see. I
that's
see.
what
I
that
see the
story is.
visual. I see the visual. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
See,
yeah.
so see, listeners and viewers, enjoy and partake of the screenplay of this record. Now, is there a music video for this one?
There is, yeah, it's on YouTube. It's under Monique Danielle, and it's the Up All Night
Oh,
visual.
it's a
So take a
visual.
look if you like.
Okay. All right. Now, would we
Yeah,
get the vibe from the visual, or are you? I know some artists they do a visual and then they still do a music video.
a
Yeah.
video. Yeah, yeah. I'm considering still doing a
Mm-hmm.
video, but I loved the visual so much that I was like, you know what, this just looks. It feels complete.
Mm,
The vibe of the video is so
okay.
warm and still sexy, and I really love it. And I edited it myself, so it's my little baby.
Okay. All right. So now I gotta I
Yeah,
gotta go check that out. Gotta go
yeah,
check that out.
yeah.
Okay. So what would you want music lovers to gather from your brand of music?
Ooh, that's interesting. I think what I pride myself on, I think, is giving a little bit of everything. So I don't think you hear my music and just think R&B, or hear my music and just think soul, neo soul. I think there's little elements of other things, especially my first project. There's like jazz elements, and I like to keep that throughout because I love that type of music. I love like a fusion of genres. I've always leaned into neo soul because I can hear the hip hop elements, I can hear the jazz elements, I can hear the soul elements. You can hear funk in there. Erica Badu has a lot of fun, funky vibes in her music as well. And because that's what draws me in, I want to be able to create that for other people. So I never, the sound isn't the most important, like fitting my music into a certain genre of sound isn't the most important thing for me. The feel is the most important thing for me. I want it to be warm and inviting, but also interesting to the ears.
Okay.
That's the
Okay.
big thing.
No, I did browse
Yeah.
some of the records, and I do hear. So I did hear some Erica Badu, as you mentioned, some Erica
Yeah.
influence. I think I may have heard a little Jill Scott in there as well, sort of like a vibe. Now,
Yeah.
who would be some of the other influences that you have?
I think when I started, it was very, very. I've always loved neo soul. So when I was a teenager, I got into it a lot. I loved it, but I didn't really know anyone who could recreate it in the way that I wanted it. And when you don't play an instrument, you're kind of stuck with other people's visions of what you're describing to them. So I think at first it was like much more R&B. I listened to a lot of Alicia Keys. I listened to Destiny's Child. I loved really layered vocals always. So I always wanted to recreate that. And then as I've developed, I've managed to find people who kind of can create sounds that I really like. And I love Jacob Collier. I love Hiatus Coyote. I love Robert Glasper. Like those are the kinds of sounds that I want to create because it's like a soundscape rather than a song. It's like a whole universe of sound that you jump into every time you put on a record. Those are the kinds of artists that I really like.
Okay, I heard Robert
Yeah,
Glasper in there. That's the name I know.
yeah,
But that's cool. And
yeah.
I don't do this all the time. Sometimes I do. It depends on how I'm feeling. But what is your vision for the Monique Danielle sound and the brand as well? What's your vision for that?
I think I find it quite hard. I think maybe this is where maybe your expertise can help me here. I find it quite hard to visualize myself as a brand, to be honest. I can see myself as an artist. I can see myself as a singer. I can see myself as a musician, but seeing myself as a brand, I find quite hard. For me, I want to be what artists were to me as a child. So I want to be the sound that you put on when you want to feel something that isn't what you're feeling now, or to feel something to enhance what you're feeling now. these are the things that I want for myself as an artist. So when somebody says like, oh, who's a good artist to listen to if I want this vibe, if I want like a warm, sensual vibe, or if I want to feel like I'm spinning in a field with my eyes closed, I want them to be like, I've got an artist for you, Monique Danielle.
Okay.
That's the one. Yeah. But branding wise, I feel like I come probably under like the new wave of UK artists that are creating soulful music. I want to be seen as one of those artists that break through and they're like, oh, there's actually lots of talent in the UK that is worth listening to.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I would no, I like what you said, and I would say that your idea of branding is very high, because it's a tad bit simpler, and if you allow me, I don't want you to think I'm.
I would love to learn. Yeah.
I don't want to. Oh yeah, But
No,
so your brand would be my perception of you. So it's really about the perception is what people think. So whatever you perceive, we're just meeting for the first time today. Whatever you're perceiving of me, that's my brand. Whatever your perception.
That's your brand.
Yeah. So you actually explained when you wanted to listen to something different, who that artist would be. That's really your brand right there.
Yeah.
But I get what you meant though. Okay. I get what you meant. You were talking about brand on maybe a corporate level, maybe like where there's logos and there's a color that's going with it and a shape and a slogan and all these additional what we call it brand elements or brand identifiers. So but I get it, and you so you're not wrong. It's just that I wanted to just
I'm overcomplicating
to just just simplify it and so on, and that's great for me to even learn about because I like that vision you have. So sometimes the artists would have vision, but they may not be able to express it. And then, sometimes they may get caught up in the way how the business is, because this is how the music is recorded, this is how it's written, this is how it's produced, this is how it's packaged, this is, and so sometimes we get caught up in that whole thoroughfare of it. You got to get it on Apple and you got to get it on Spotify and go over here and get it on YouTube, and so it's this. You get flustered. And sometimes it sort of clouds the focal point as to where you are. And you are your signature, right? I mean, does anyone else have your fingerprint?
No, there's only one.
There you go. So you are your signature. You are what makes the thing work. If you're not in it, it's not Monique Danielle.
You're right. I like that. I'm going to use that.
Of course, please, by all means. By all means. So when guests come on here, I like to personalize them a little bit. Are you game?
Yes. Cautiously.
and you should be cautious. But they're very light questions. But the price, the look on people's face when I say that part of the interview, it's really priceless. Like, oh my God, where is he going to go with this?
Yeah.
All right. So what is your favorite color?
Oh, I like this already. Orange is my favorite color. And I can even tell you why orange is my favorite color.
Please do.
I chose orange as a child because I'm a middle child and I often felt really ignored as a child. And I remember I went around and I asked everybody, oh, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? What's your favorite color? And nobody said orange. And I was like, hold on, orange feels left out. So I'm going to make orange my favorite color. And now it's genuinely my favorite color. Yeah.
Okay. I like that story. I like that whole thing. So you
Yeah.
connected to Orange because at some point you felt left out, and Orange was left out in many aspects.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wanted to give it the shine it deserved because I wanted the shine I
You know, I
deserved.
saw a movie some time
Yeah.
ago. It's I think it might be a Korean film. I like foreign films, and
Mm.
in a part of the scene, a part of the movie, one of the scenes in the movie is that he realized he needed a wife, so he gets his Rolodex, and he starts calling girls from high school. Hey, you want to get married? Hey, you want to get married? So he's going through the book, and then one person said, "Oh, well, tell me about it." And then so he tells her about it. This is what we're looking at, and she's like, "All right, I'm coming over right now." It's like, "All right, cool." I was
Wow.
like, "Oh, okay." That was just like in one afternoon he had a wife. I'm like, "All right, guy, way
I
to
love
go!"
that. If only life was so easy.
Right? Yeah. And I won't give the film away. Well, when we're offline, I'll share that with you. Nice little project. All right, so that's the first question. The second question is, um, what is your favorite dish or meal to prepare?
Oh, to prepare.
Like you're in the kitchen that day. You're in the kitchen, and you're dealing with the
To,
pots and pans and oil and onions and ketchup and pepper sauce and black pepper and what.
yeah. You are very, very clearly a Caribbean man when you said pepper sauce.
That's right.
um, I'm not a, I
Mm-hmm.
cook and I cook well, but I don't love to cook.
Okay.
I don't love to cook. I do love to bake.
Ah.
So can I answer with something I enjoy
Okay. Yeah.
baking rather
By all
than cooking?
means. By all means.
I love to bake a hummingbird cake,
Mm.
which is like a rare cake. I'm not sure if you've heard of it
No,
before,
but please share.
but it's banana, pineapple, and pecan.
Mm.
And then it has cream cheese frosting and like a pecan topping. And I like it because it's a very difficult cake to make. It's like lots of
Mm.
steps and you have to get it right because it's super moist. But when it's right, it's
Mm.
great. So I love that challenge of getting it right. And then like the payoff of how good it is. Yeah.
That's almost like how you pick orange. Like you pick this
Yeah,
difficult thing to
basically.
bake.
I like everything to be a
Now,
task.
did you have to practice to bake this? Like, or I mean, did you mess up a few times, or was it something that it didn't turn out good this time?
Well, I am pretty much a perfectionist
Uh,
and I love to bake. I already had the skill of baking before I tried it.
okay.
So I haven't had a terrible bake, but I've had a not perfect
Mm,
bake. And then it's like, just playing with like small details to get it right. That to me is like being an evil scientist, like in a lab. And I really enjoy that. It's
interesting.
kind of the same as songwriting, like those little things that make it
Mm.
feel perfect.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of the whole pyramid thing in different parts of the world, especially with Egypt. No one sees the rehearsal pyramids. They only see the ones that were already finished, and then they're like, "Did aliens come and do this one?" you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
But they sort of
exactly.
had a little rehearsal to get to that point in time. All right. Now would you do well? I have two questions about the baking thing. Would When you do the
Okay.
hummingbird cake, would that be drunk with coffee, tea, or wine? What would?
I love cake. I'll eat it with anything, anything with it. But I would say it's probably best with
Mm,
coffee because it's kind of like, if you eat a banana bread, I feel like it pairs
with
with
coffee, it
coffee
pairs.
the
Okay.
best.
Okay.
So yeah, I'd put
All
them
right.
together.
Now, would you experiment with a little rum in the cake? You know, a little rum cake vibe.
I haven't actually put liquor in cake before. My older sister makes an incredible rum cake,
Oh,
like an incredible
okay.
rum cake. She owns a cake business and she makes an
Oh, we might have
incredible
to
rum
try
cake.
that. We'll talk.
Yeah, it's
We'll
really
talk after
great.
the show.
Yeah. But not me yet. I think
Okay.
I'd like to dabble because I really like spiced rum,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like that would be like a really good flavor profile
Okay.
to put into
Okay.
a cake.
So you might have to get
Yeah,
you might have to consult with Big Sis on how to put the just
get a few
the
tips.
spicy rum in there. Now, the reason why we're going to keep it secret is
Yeah.
that I don't want the people here to put tariffs on that cake when I order it. You know, so
Oh,
we just
I
wanted to
got
come
you. I
in
got you. I
without
got you.
like, oh, why, you know. All right. That's a deep joke. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
All right. So my third and final question. You see, these questions are great, right? They're not too bad.
Yeah,
All right.
they are.
So my third and
Yeah.
final question is mention a few people, it doesn't have to be much, that you've been
Hmm.
checking out on your MP3 player, let's say like in the last week or so.
Ooh, this is also a good question. People that I've been checking out. I'm gonna bring my phone up and I'm gonna look at my most recently
Yeah,
liked
by all
songs.
means, by all means.
Let, let's
My
take a
audience
look.
wants to know. We
So,
want to know what you've been checking out. You know, who's in your playlist.
um, well, I'm always gonna plug the artists that are closest to me because I love them. So, Lyric, who has been on the UK to USA space before. Lyric has some really great R&B music. She also produces some of my
Shout out to
music.
Lyric. Shout out to Lyric.
Incredible. Yep. And then another artist from my city, two artists from my city. One is called
Hmm.
Sanity, and she's an MC. She makes rap music. She's really
Okay.
great.
Okay.
And then another one is called Shannon. She makes R&B music, and
Mm,
she's really great. So if you're looking for Brum artists, those are the
okay.
ones. And then on my playlist recently, I've been listening to Davion Farris, who is the brother of Sir, the R&B singer,
Okay. Okay.
and he makes his own R&B music, and it's really great. Leanne LaHavas, who is another artist from the
Hmm.
UK, and she makes really beautiful. It's kind of like a mixture of like indie folk and soul.
Mm,
Really, really
okay.
nice
Okay.
music. She's got an incredible tone to her voice, beautiful raspy voice. And then Ari Lennox, who is one of my favorite
Oh,
artists.
okay. Okay. Shout
Yeah,
out to all those
yeah,
amazing artists that made it on your playlist.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, is there anything that you wanted to share with the audience that I didn't get a chance to ask you?
Um, I I don't think so. I just would really love for them to give the new single a
Hmm.
listen, and I love feedback. I genuinely do. So if you pop over to my Instagram and you have any feedback for me, I love it. I also have a single that's going to be coming in the next couple of months as we transfer into fall.
Okay.
So keep your eyes out for that.
Um,
It's all finished already. I'm just coming up with some visuals and some ideas for it. So yeah, just keep your eye on what's
I
going
will,
on.
because I'll be
And
looking to see what that title would be. I think I'm going to call you the song title queen, because you come up with some titles here that are like wow.
I'll take that
Oh
title. I
yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It's good. It's a
Yeah,
good title to
thank you.
have. It's a good title to have. You know, yeah. It's cool when creatives. I like to when I'm talking to creatives. I just like to get a feel for how they think to their end goal, like what they're thinking about and how they get to um, even you naming the song, and what was the story behind naming it that way, because so we just get a chance to see how other creatives connect to the universe, and come
Yeah.
up with the music, come up with the stuff and the ideas that they do. And other creatives would be looking at this interview, and so it's just really cool to just see how everyone works. So
Yeah.
well, Monique.
I love that too.
Now, am I supposed to say Monique Danielle all the time, or if I say Monique,
You can call me
yeah,
Monique.
that's all
It's
right,
okay.
But I mean,
Yeah.
from an artist standpoint, because I notice.
From an artist standpoint, Monique
Mhm.
Danielle, that's my brand. That's who I
Okay,
am.
okay,
That's how I differentiate being in artist mode versus being in me
okay,
mode.
okay, and there are probably other
Yeah.
Moniques out there too, so you have to, yeah,
Lots.
you gotta
Yeah.
differentiate who you are, which is good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Monique Danielle, this was a great interview. I had some fun. I learned some new
Thank you.
things.
Me too.
This was cool, and we definitely need to do this again. Consider yourself family. When you
Thank
have
you.
to release that new single, or you want to share something, we'd be happy to share it on our platform for
Thank
you.
you.
And we wish you the best as you journey through the path of musicianship.
Thank you. And thank you for having me and having me on board and supporting me and supporting British
You're
artists as
welcome.
well. I really appreciate that. Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much.